Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite channel. It's King H once again. Hope you're doing well, hope you're okay. Today I'm coming back with one of my talks, and let's see how it goes, because we've been actually not even discussing, we've been at the farm. You've gotten to see the progress of the well. It's actually done at the moment, and I will show you that in the upcoming video, and we see what your views are on it. On my side, it was done well. The whole point was to get the water out, but the finishing touches weren't done to what I expected. But all is well, all is good. So long as there's water, that was the aim. You know, the finishing touch, it can always be done again at a later stage. But for now, that's what matters, that there's water. So we're going to go and discuss why you're really stuck and how to break free. It's a very intense topic, I can say, because a lot of people always tend to be stuck. So why you're really stuck and how to become free, how to break free. So the psychology of the stuck cycle. So the core problem most of the time is most people think they're struggling because of external friction, lack of money, bad luck, timing. In reality, it is internal drag. The survival loop to it. The human brain is a historical organ. It looks at the past to predict the future. If your past was defined by struggle, your brain identifies struggle as safe because you survived it. Success feels dangerous because it is unknown. The effort trap. You're likely working at 110% capacity but in the wrong direction. It's like rowing a boat that is still tied to the dock. The more you row, work hard that is, the more the rope pulls back, meaning the past, right? Creating burnout. The queen's mirror. Are you actually trying to change, or are you just performing the ritual of hard work to feel less guilty about staying the same? I repeat, are you actually trying to change, or are you just performing the ritual of hard work to feel less guilty about staying the same? The three invisible anchors. The identity paradox. You cannot become who you want to be while remaining attached to who you were. A lot of people tend to find this difficult because you're so attached to who you are as a person. They are your past version, and so many things hold you back in this concept, because now your subconscious itself already just knows this way. But if you try to show it this other way, it brings you back here because now you're comfortable here. So to get here, you have to really get out of this, and to get out of this, you have to let go of that baggage that you're holding. You know, it's like you keep trying to move forward and this thing keeps pulling you back. So you're making steps behind, but still people are moving forward, things are moving forward, but you're still finding yourself stagnating in the same place. The reason why you find yourself stagnating in the same place is because you're holding on to this thing. And I use this metaphor because you're holding on to this thing moving forward. How about you let it go until you become lighter, things become easier for you. So as I said, you cannot become who you want to be while remaining attached to who you were. You know, your past self, the five minutes ago person you were, is not the person you are 10 minutes to come. So you have to stop attaching yourself to that and move on forward. And as I always say, you will always find answers moving forward too, because people tend to stagnate more because they think, well, I'm standing here staying still, which is totally okay, but staying still and not being active just stagnates you. So you have to be active, you have to be more physically active, you know, move around, do so many things so that your mind can process other things, it can accumulate other things, it can expand through other things. But when you're just stuck in one corner and you're not active, you're not doing much, your mind consumes the same information over and over and creates it into reality. So you don't want to create that into reality. So the best thing to do is to move forward no matter the circumstance, the situation, or what you're going through. Always just move forward. It will propel you further, it will give you purpose. So move forward. So the victim currency that comes in. Sometimes we stay stuck because our struggle gives us a sense of significance or an excuse for why we haven't reached our goals. So the victim mentality. A lot of people tend to fall in this category: victim mentality, victim space, always thinking, you know, self-pity, self-sabotage is always there, because you hold on to this so that you can justify your means, you can justify what you're doing. No, stop holding on to that. It does not aid you in any way. So the victim mentality has to stop. So sometimes we stay stuck because our struggle gives us a sense of significance or an excuse for why we haven't reached our goals. You can reach your goals anytime. I hear you. You can reach your goals anytime. The ship is discussing. You agree? I agree too. So you can reach your goals anytime. The fix: you must perform an identity audit. List the traits of the person who has already achieved your goal. If that person doesn't wake up worried, you must stop practicing worry. I repeat, you must perform an identity audit. List the traits of the person who has already achieved your goal. If that person doesn't wake up worried, you must stop practicing worry. The frequency gap: spiritual magnetism. This is the science of the soul, the law of the resonance. Now, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. If your dominant internal state is I need, you are broadcasting a frequency of lack. The universe simply reflects that lack back to you. Do not be a person of lack, and always live as if you're already in this situation and in this part. Meaning, when I say in this situation, means that you have to feel what you are, and when you feel what you are, it becomes easier for you to manifest. So if you feel rich, it becomes easier to bring back that, or not even bring back, to attract that to you. So always all the time try to do that. So you must perform an identity audit as usual. So the universe simply reflects the lack back to you, as I mentioned. The fix: shift from wanting to embodying, of which I've just mentioned. Shift the wanting to embodying. Act as if the result is already a legal certainty. You have to act it, you have to feel it, you have to know this is yours. So feel it. You want to feel like you're a billionaire, feel it. If you want to feel that you own this, feel it. And you can talk it into existence too. Talk about it, make yourself feel good about it. So but don't be a narcissist. As I always said, narcissistic people do not propel forward. They just are just narcissists. It's all about them. So don't be that. So the safety trap, the amygdala hijack, that's what I call it, the biological ceiling. Your nervous system has a set point for how much happiness or success it can handle. When you exceed it, you get anxious. That anxiety isn't a warning to stop, it's a growth pain, indicating you're expanding your capacity. I repeat, the anxiety isn't a warning to stop, it's a growth pain, indicating you're expanding your capacity. The breakthrough of this, the death of the old self. You have to literally kill your old self, murder that person, murder them, because you cannot be that old person. If you're trying to be a new person, you cannot keep holding on to that. So to break free, you have to let the old you die. This isn't metaphorical, it's a mourning process. You grieve this, you'll grieve your old self always. You'll always see, but I used to do this, I used to be like this, I used to want this, but you have to let go. It's a stage, it's a process, you have to go through it. So kill the person, grieve them, and let it go. And when I say kill the person, I mean the old you. Radical forgiveness. Forgive yourself for the years you wasted. Those years were the tuition for the wisdom you have now. Step 2, severing the cords. Most vital part is severing the cords. Identify the people, habits, or environments that reinforce your old identity. If you are a king or queen, why are you still eating at the table of people who diminish your crown? I repeat, if you're a king or queen, why are you still eating at the table with people who diminish your crown? Question to you. The shift protocol. interrupt the pattern. The moment a struggle thought enters, physically move your body. I always say change your physical space, because once you're in one position you tend to just consume the same thing over and over and over, and you're just stuck in that in that loop. So the moment a struggle thought enters, physically move your body. Change the state to change the story. Change the state to change the story. That will help you. So rewrite the script. Move from why is this happening to me to how is this happening for me. You know, why is this happening to me is a phrase many people go through. As I always say, the mind is always 80% negative. So to get to that 20, you have to really discard a lot of the 80. So you have to think, why is this happening to me? And then you change it to how is this happening for me. Micro wins, build confidence, equity. Set 3 tiny goals a day and hit them. Set 3 tiny goals a day and hit them. It doesn't matter what it is, you decide for yourself what that is. This proves that to your subconscious that you are a person who follows through. It proves to your subconscious that you're a person who follows through. This breaks that pattern. As I always say, it will break that pattern. Now, the narrative shift in all of this. The struggle isn't a war. It's a weight room. You're being prepared for the weight of the crown. A king or queen who hasn't struggled cannot lead. A king or queen who hasn't struggled cannot lead. Because he does not or she does not understand the people he or she serves. Breaking free isn't an explosion. It isn't a persistent, quiet withdrawal of your permission for the struggle to exist. Today, you resign from the hustle of hardship and you enlist in the architecture of abundance. The gate is open. It's been open the whole time. You just had to stop looking at the lock. It has been open this entire time. So I will recommend some books that I have read that you can have a look. As I always say, if you don't have the time to read, or there's audiobooks, you can listen to them while taking a jog or taking a walk. It doesn't matter how long, 10-20 minutes, it's just slow progress. So small 3 things you can add onto that for a win for you. You can add that. So take time. I always say reading is actually more preferable because you get to understand a lot of things while reading, but audio helps if you don't have the time, so do that. So the books that I have here and we'll look for it is You're a Badass. This is by Jen Sincero, this book. Then Stop Self-Sabotage. This is by Dr. Judy Ho, which is that. Then there's Viktor Frankl, which Man's Search for Meaning. It's a very good book. This one, I highly recommend this one. The next one, The Gifts of Imperfection. This is by Brené Brown. I mentioned another book, but the name has even gone off, by Brené Brown. If you look into Brené Brown books, they're mostly about this. It's about change and making you better. So The Gifts of Imperfection is by Brené Brown. Sorry, Brené Brown. I even said Brené Brown. And then the last one is Unfuck Yourself. This is by Gary John Bishop. So those are the books, and get to read them. Get to the audios if you can, and you can always share on the comment section what you've learned. It's a free space to share what you've learned and share with many other people who might not know something, because I said if you know everything, then you're a god, then you should be stopping and creating and doing more than just knowing. So look into that. And then, as I usually say, once again, this is King H. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I really appreciate all of you. The ones who haven't, please kindly do so. I'd really appreciate it. It's the least that you can do. And from King H, this is from me to you. Rule your reality. Don't let it rule you. Rule your reality. Thank you. Have a good day, good evening, good morning, depending on what time you're going to watch this, and thank you for everything.